Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's lovely to be here, and it's wonderful to have the ability to speak after Kimberly and Liz, because a lot of what has been discussed is around data, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk about today. So my name's Dan McGlynn. I do feel like I should do some sort of performing arts here, maybe river dance or something, but don't worry, I won't. But I want to talk about data. First of all, I just want to talk a little bit about trace gains. And the first question that I always ask at these events is a show of hands. So first of all, hands up. Who's heard of trace gains before? A few, that's good. And for those that put their hands up, could you explain what trace gains does? Not many. Perfect. Great. We have a wonderful audience here. I want to talk about smart data, and I want to talk about safer food. The challenges are rife, and everyone's working with them day in, day out. Everyone's expecting to do more with the same, or sometimes less. The costs are challenging, headwinds all over the place. Regulations are coming in thick and fast, both on the food safety regulatory side, but also in sustainability as well. And you need to be more agile than ever and have access to better data. And AI. Wow, AI is being discussed all the time. How can, and in conversations that we have all the time, how can AI be utilized within our business to improve processes, reduce risk? And I want to touch on that and a specific use case for that today. But ultimately, all these roads lead to better data. How can we utilize better data within our business? Kimberly and Liz, just in the session before, talked about a lot of the challenges. Teams are all global, all over the world. Data is disparate. I often describe it as a patchwork quilt. You have data in your PLM, in your ERP. Most of your data that you need are sat with suppliers. And actually, we need a better way of gathering all of this data, connecting the dots, and providing you and your teams one version of the truth for business. So this is absolutely critical. Often coined, data is the new oil. So how do we go about getting better data? Well, one thing with trace gains, what we do that nobody else does is for the last decade, we've been building an environment where we've created the network effect of a much easier way of gathering data from your suppliers. And one of the big areas how we've done this is standardized a lot of the data capture. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of SAQs, supplier onboarding programs, risk assessments. And let me tell you, everyone here does things. You need the same data or very similar data, but you're collecting it in different ways. And 80% of all the data that everyone needs is the same. So what we have done is that we work really closely with our customers, we work really closely with their suppliers, and design the program to create an ecosystem where a supplier will complete an SAQ or upload a document once and can share that data unlimited times. And that's called the network effect. You are experiencing it day in, day out with social media. When you go on holiday, you take your photos. You don't email your 300 friends on Facebook individually. You upload them to Facebook and everyone can see it. Exactly the same principle. And we have now huge scale, and it's getting bigger all the time. So the numbers that you see on the board here, we have close to 100,000 supplier locations. They are providing information to almost 600,000 items, ingredients, packaging items. Oh, and by the way, supplier locations, there's a lot of co-manufacturers in there as well. We have almost 10 million documents, digital assets, SAQs, audit reports, certificates, all the data everybody needs for supplier approval and risk assessment. We have it. And it's not digital, it's digitalized. So huge, huge scale. For me, this is the de facto way of data sharing within the industry, and it's fast being adopted by a number of the largest organizations, food and beverage in the world. So what you see here is just a selection of our customers. These are forward-thinking businesses that all have one thing in common. They're complex, they're large, lots of sites, lots of suppliers, lots of raw material, lots of risk. And what Kimberly was talking about earlier is that you need a better way of managing all this data. And Kimberly was talking about the what, this is the how. Now, I want to draw your attention to Kerry. Kerry have kindly hosted a lot of the sessions, and the session yesterday and the cocktail drinks later. Kerry are a prime example of an incredibly large, incredibly forward-thinking, innovative business, because they are on a huge digitalization program of completely digitizing the whole end-to-end process with suppliers and raw materials. And I'm going to dive into a little bit of the detail about one element that is having a massive impact with a large number of these logos that you see on the screen here. So a little bit more information on TraceGains. We have a modular solution set all sat on this huge ecosystem. So we have a range of NPD tools, and we are designing the first source-to-shelf PLM solution. We have a range of compliance and quality tools. And sustainability is a huge area of focus naturally, and we have been growing a large number of data partnerships. We're never going to be sustainability experts. We're never going to be EUDR deforestation experts. But we are the experts at data aggregation and data collection. And we're working with the best partners in the industry to pull all that information in so we know who your suppliers are, what raw materials you buy, where you buy them from, and then overlaying all this amazing data, we can start to map out your risks within deforestation or provide you carbon footprint, product carbon footprint data, all automatically, all through the platform, because the quality teams are collecting this data and it's already there. So this huge ecosystem, one-stop shop, one version of the truth, not disparate data, not data sat in shared drives or several different platforms. This absolutely is the way forward. So, quick question to everyone, what does AI mean to you? Just think about that. And I want to focus on one specific use case, which is actually the first solution that we launched back in 2008. So we've been using AI and machine learning for the last 17 years. We were doing AI when it wasn't cool. So my first question to everybody is I'm going to show an image. I want to know how many dogs you see there. This is a breed called the Commodore, looks like a mop. Is there 6? Is there 8? There's 7 dogs there. Hands up who likes chihuahuas? Who likes blueberry muffins? How many chihuahuas do you see? Quick? 10, because you've got 3 little pops in the corner there. Okay. The next test. How many dogs do you see now? Quite a few. Now with AI, OCR, machine learning, they can be read instantly, within milliseconds, okay? So if you take that principle of technology and artificial intelligence over human intelligence, think about your goods intake process. Think about your certificate of analysis processing. How is that handled today? Is it manual? Is it someone in goods intake taking a COA or having it emailed and manually comparing that against? Are they doing it at all? Is it happening 100% of the time? So I want to focus on raw materials hitting the delivery within your facilities. Now, one of the tools that TraceGains provides is when a certificate of analysis gets emailed in, that data is extracted, compared against the product specification that's been signed off with the supplier. We know all the micros, all the tolerances, and within seconds, that has been analyzed. That data has been confirmed whether that lot is in spec or out of spec, which is great. We can overlay other data as well, so information from third-party lab testing. But if you think about this, we now have that rich data. We've digitalized the process. And that's amazingly usable data. So once you have that data, you can start to make decisions on it. You can start to do proper supplier scorecarding. You can do some rich analytics, rich risk assessments. So that data is not just binary, is it in spec or out of spec? You can start to do some really funky things with it. So the largest bakery company in the world utilizes this in every single bakery. So every shipment of flour that they get in, they are taking some key information, such as moisture, within the flour. And it varies season to season, time of year, etc. But it has an impact on the baking process. So they will extract this data and adjust the baking time or temperature to ensure a better consistency of product. Less waste, more efficiency, better products at the end. It'll catch things like the suppliers sent the same COA 3 times in a row. Who on earth, as a human, will ever catch that? This data is absolutely amazing, and you can do some really good trend analysis with this as well. So, just want to wrap up, just confirm what we have talked about there. Looks like the S has been brought through. So the message that we're saying is this solution, you know, if anyone is thinking about going on a digitalization program, you can start off small proof of concept. But the thing is, do it now. And there is really readily accessible information to be able to start that journey. Don't wait, do it now. It's the message with the UDR, do it now. We absolutely need to get better as an industry of sharing data with one another, both internally, within inter-departments, but also with suppliers as well. The biggest challenge that everyone has is trying to get reliable, up-to-date, accurate information from suppliers. Please, when you are choosing a solution, don't just use another single-use portal because it's compounding the issue. The network effect is the best way of improving that data flow. Garbage in, garbage out. Need to focus on good quality data. Automation and workflow management is absolutely key. And this is what digital software should do. It should automate a manual process. And yes, everybody is talking about AI. You just have to look on LinkedIn and look at the amazing videos and everything readily available. It can be used tomorrow. It can be used today. So don't delay. Thank you very much, everybody. We've got a stand up here with a couple of wonderful colleagues. So if any of this has resonated and you've not spoken to us before, or you do know us, don't give us a wide berth. Come and say hello. We won't bite. And I've got some wonderful Lindor chocolates as well. So thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.